the opening statements. Democrat Darrel Aubertine is a dairy farmer from Cape Vincent, with 5 years' experience as an assemblyman, 6 months as a senator, and a populist message.
I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like to sit at the table and wonder how we're going to make ends meet, how we're going to pay for bills, how we're going to pay for health care. I share many of your concerns, and I want to continue to take those concerns to Albany and make sure that we're heard.
Republican David Renzi is a 39-year-old lawyer from Watertown. He's never held public office, and he wants to shake up a notoriously dysfunctional legislature.
I'm dissatisfied with what's been happening in Albany. I'm dissatisfied about the way that we've been treated, and I'm dissatisfied in that I don't believe we have a voice in Albany fighting for our way of life and our rights.
Renzi will have to work hard to get recognized in places like Ogdensburg, where Aubertine already has a track record. One audience member praised Aubertine for helping fund a computer lab at the local Boys and Girls Club. But incumbency also means defending that record. Aubertine was on his heels early when he was asked about hiring his sister as a constituent liaison. Aubertine called it an error in judgment. He said she resigned immediately after it was found to be in violation of ethics rules. Renzi attacked Aubertine's record as part of a legislature that's swamped in deficits and has increased the state budget by $35 billion over 6 years.
And Senator Aubertine has voted for that increase. He's voted 32 times for increased taxes to the tune of $6 billion. So the big factor that I put on the lack of industry moving into the area initially is taxes. We need to cut through the red tape.
Renzi praised Democratic Governor David Paterson's plan to increase low- and middle-income heating assistance this winter. Aubertine supported that plan in the Senate and a home weatherization loan program. Renzi distanced himself by blaming Aubertine for not getting more money for the North Country, where it's colder and bills can be higher. Aubertine shot back.
You know, he's talking out of both sides of his mouth in some ways, in that he's talking about increasing heat, but he's not talking about how he's going to pay for it.
Aubertine and Renzi disagreed on many issues. Aubertine supported steady increases of the minimum wage. Renzi said further increases would hurt businesses. Aubertine spoke against strict school standards and for local diplomas.
We shouldn't be teaching students to a standard. If someone wants to have a vocational education, I believe they should have access to that.
Renzi said all students should strive for a Regents diploma.
I think it's ridiculous to suggest that for some reason we don't have the best talent of youth in our midst.
The candidates sparred on the value of sponsoring legislation. Renzi cited a report by the New York Public Interest Research Group that said Aubertine sponsored no successful legislation this year. The Democrat countered that that's not how Albany works. He cited a bill to lower the hunting age that he originally co-sponsored.
In order to get that bill passed for the sportsmen here in northern New York and all across the state, I had to take my name off the bill because the Republican Party, the majority, wouldn't pass it with a Democrat on it.
Renzi said Aubertine's just not working hard enough.
Politics is a contact sport. You know, Dee Scosa-Fava's in the Assembly minority. She gets stuff passed all the time. He's got other Senate Democrats that get stuff passed all the time.
This kind of partisan bickering could intensify. But David Renzi will have to tread carefully. Negative attacks cost Republican Will Barkley last winter's special election against Aubertine. After the debate, Norma Finley said neither candidate was hitting the issues head-on.
One's a politician, not trying to be a politician.
Control of the state Senate teeters on a one-seat GOP majority. Darrel Aubertine and David Renzi will have their next chance to make the case they should help tip the scale October 2nd in Oswego. For North Country Public Radio, I'm David Summerstein in Ogdensburg.